Good afternoon. How is everybody doing? I just saw a picture. I took some veggies, frozen veggies, from the freezer that I got free from my friend. And I, hey Tom Tom, hi Jalon. And I went and cooked them up and I put a couple eggs in it so it's like a stir fry. And I added some collard greens, I think, or Swiss chard. I don't know which one it was. So that's what I have here. And I put a little bit of hot sauce, a little bit of lemon pepper, and garlic. Quite yummy. What did you guys have for lunch? Oh, of course, coffee too. What time is it for you, Tom Tom boat? Supper time? What time is it for you, Tom Tom boat? Turn off my volume. Oh, and I put zucchini in here too. See some zucchini. I was just in the mood for something healthier and kind of low carb. I was talking to Angie on her live stream this morning. She's doing low carb. I'm like, oh, I don't need to have a carb first for lunch. So, and I have these veggies, the beans, which the only person in the house that eats them is me. So I've got lots to eat up. And I'd like to eat them up before the end of August. But there's like 2 kilograms. There's only so many beans one person can eat. My family likes like kidney beans or baked beans or like chickpeas type stuff, but not these type beans. And I was just thinking of figuring out what what uh, what to make for meals this week. See, personally, to me right now, an avocado, lime juice, and some plums. Oh, that's so yummy. I would eat that, and healthy too. See, I like parsnips, and I like turnip, but nobody else likes those. I can sometimes hide those in a stew a little bit. But this week, it's still hot. It's supposed to cool down midweek, but we're supposed to have thunderstorms and rain all week. I managed to go to my doctor's appointment and come back before it rained, so that's good. Do you put a little bit of salt and pepper on your avocado? That's what I do. So this was some frozen green yellow beans and carrot, about half a zucchini thinly sliced, and about 3 or 4 leaves of, I think, Swiss chard or collard greens, whatever I had in my fridge. I can't remember. I picked it from my garden. I can't remember what I planted. So I'm going to be doing groceries on Wednesday, which I really don't have a lot to get because of my grocery haul on the 14th. I still have lots of that stuff. I will need to get probably, well, milk. We're down to the last bag of milk. Finally, it only took like a month to drink a bag of milk. All over a month. And I will pick up cheese because it's on sale this week. And make sure there's enough cheese till for at least 2 weeks, maybe 3. Last week we didn't eat the big huge eye of round roast that I have that I was going to cut up into steaks and then cut up into cubes. So I have to, well, it's still good in the fridge till I think August, but I have to look at that. It's vacuum packed. I just remember it was a long time past my grocery haul date, so, which is like 2 weeks. And we haven't eaten the watermelon yet that I picked up almost 2 weeks ago. Well, a week and a half, because I did it on a Saturday. So, well, we still have fruit and some veggies. But right now my garden is producing lots of lettuce and um, herbs. It's growing tomatoes, but there's no tomatoes yet. And I have a lot of Asian vegetables I planted on a whim. So like daikon, which is like an Asian white radish. And I did do some broad beans so we can have like the dry beans, but I don't think there's going to be enough to be like a meal. But I replanted some lettuce seeds on Friday. Once I removed a bunch of weeds, there was a space that still had um, nothing coming up yet. So I planted a bunch of lettuce seeds, because this week is supposed to be all rain, so that will really help the lettuce just start growing. Hot. Hot in, well, a bit hot and spice because I put sriracha on it, but hot in heat. Hey, 50 chickens in the hen house, how's it going? Hey, get to the farm, how's it going? I'm having the frozen beans and carrots, so half a zucchini and some collard greens or Swiss chard. I sauteed them with a little bit of lemon pepper and garlic, and I threw in 2 eggs to make like a stir fry, and then topped out with some sriracha. Hi Lucas, how's it going? So something low carb-ish. So I haven't done my menu plan this week yet. Usually Monday's my day. Well, usually I spend Sunday to do it, but we were just too busy. Eating a turkey burger with some homemade tuna dip and broccoli. What's tuna dip? With a salad for lunch. I'm going to get the farm this afternoon. I'm supervising family doing construction. Cool. Grab a bite to eat. I always put my descriptions to grab a bite to eat and a coffee because we're always usually talking about food. So I'm looking for some ideas to put in my menu plan this week. Lunches, I think it's just going to be eating like leftovers and stuff like that, or making grilled cheese and stuff. My kids are at home this week, um, and it's supposed to be raining. So I don't really necessarily like to barbecue. Well, if I'm going to plan to barbecue, it's definitely going to rain. This week is supposed to be rain. We need it. We've had basically about 7 weeks of drought. We've had like a couple of days where we had rain for about an hour. Not enough to get really in the soil. Need to get a lot done today. My old monitor is now broken and I have a replacement monitor, but it's color banding bad. Oh, yes. Sometimes you can ask on like your local Facebook group or whatever. A lot of people get rid of the older monitors and get it for free. So it's a dip made with tuna mayo, liquid smoke, a lot of seasonings, and onions. Oh, that's one thing I should put on my grocery list is liquid smoke. I've seen it before, but I've never bought it. And I've seen two recipes that required it, and I'm like, oh. See, we like Abby and I like making with tuna or salmon. Usually salmon. You put some curry powder, a bit of mayonnaise, um, some chopped pickles, and salt and pepper. And it's really good just to eat it as is or on a cracker. It's good and it works well. Like a dozen CRTs in storage. Just phased out for LEDs. Exactly. Actually, my husband likes the CRTs. So he has a backup one of people getting rid of them downstairs because for his accessibility issues of it doesn't work very well on the LEDs, the magnification and all that stuff. He can't really see on the LED screen, so he uses the CRTs. So his is like a 17-inch CRT monitor that he's had for like 15 years. And we have another one from, I think, from his parents that they got rid of when they got a new monitor. Oh, sorry. Oh, that went down the wrong hole. Heavy. He was saying, how's everybody? Not perfect. Got an ear infection, I hope. Ugh. Um, when my kids had ear infections as a baby and stuff, the doctor told me to just give them Dime Tap, which is a cough syrup, but it really if you catch your ear infection pretty early, it will start the drainage well. There's something that's so there's something that's in Dime Tap, the brand. So now whenever my kids, like now that they're older, they can tell me that their ear hurts or whatever. Whenever they're rubbing on their ears or whatever, I just give them a dose of Dime Tap, and usually it didn't blow up into an ear infection because then once it gets into an ear infection, you have to take antibiotics. And the more, like, I have no problem taking medicine when they tell me to take medicine, but if you keep on taking antibiotics over time, you get resistant of them, and I don't like taking them until I have to take them. Oh, perfect gun here. Well, happy birthday on Thursday. How old are you going to be? You don't have to tell me, but you can give me a rough decade It's something. Your birthday's on Friday. Get to the farm. Well, happy birthday. I'll definitely be on later on this week. But, oh, Thursday plans to be with Angie live streaming at Tim Hortons. So, birthday is in 145 days. Oh, you've counted it. Jolon. So I took the allergy test. I'm allergic to cats, and I have two cats. And I'm allergic to dust. And well, when you use air conditioning, the air, like, there's always just dust. I'm allergic to pollen and stuff. My allergies on Sunday, I was tearing so much. There was something that was in season pollinating. So, do either of you have plans for your birthday? We have one. I only get bothered when my cat comes close to my face, and if it gets near my eyes, then I get all teary. But mine is only next year in April. Yeah, mine will be next year as well. Hey Google, how many days till Christmas?
Christmas Day will be in 155 days.
In 155 days will be Christmas. So your birthday must be um, December 15th then. Uh, who was that? Jolon? 145 days? Oh, November for me. I'm home every other day. I have been adding more and more walking. Soon I'll be home. Well, that's good. Good for you, bad for me, but your mom's birthday's on Christmas. See, that kind of sucks being having a birthday on Christmas because then you only get like presents once a year unless you plan your birthday at your half year. Hi, BJ Hunting. How's it going? Hey, Brad. The Dawn soap, which is the problem when in Texas because it is a fire ant killer. What is it that you're allergic to in Dawn soap? Divide and sit by the lake. It's a mile up. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Get to the farm. You should take some pictures or video. I'm pretty good. I had a doctor's appointment today, and they took out blood to test for my iron to see if I'm still anemic. But and then I got home and I was hungry, so I I didn't want some leftovers, so I took out some the frozen beans and carrots that I'm the only one that eats it anyways. Some collard greens or um, whatever green I had in the fridge from my garden. I can't remember what I planted. Some zucchini and stir fried it up with a little bit of lemon pepper. And then I took a couple eggs and I cracked it in there, made like scrambled eggs, like a stir fry, and then topped it up with some sriracha. Here in Europe, we do not congrats before at all. Really? Well, Tom, I'll congratulate you on Thursday. It's just an interstate exit. Haha. Well, it does sound like a long trek, like an actual adventure. I'll show some friends. Well, that's good, Tom Tom. Hello, Abby.
No.
I said hello. So yeah, I haven't made my meal plan this week yet. I have to go and really investigate what's left in my fridge and freezers. Four meal, four meal plan plus for groceries, because I'm doing that on Wednesday. And that might be my only groceries, unless I pick up a few things before we go on vacation. The days to get shorter. Yeah, I'm just getting used to the days being longer. I do like it I when on days I want to go to sleep early or have a nap, that's darker out. I can get rid of this heat and the drought. Actually, our farmers are not doing great around here because we've had about 7 weeks of no rain or very little rain. That we've had fire bans for a couple of weeks, and even our corn, which really grows well here, isn't growing as well. 0.5 minutes every day now. Wow, that's a scientific fact. Yeah, we had a bit of rain, I think, 2 weeks ago for like an hour. Not enough to get really into the soil. Sunday we had rain while we were at church. Like it was supposed to rain again, but it didn't. It's supposed to be raining every day this week. That's what the forecast says, at like 60 to 80%. But it rained for like an hour or so while we were at church, and then it didn't rain anymore, but it looked like it was going to rain. Care of this, but everybody does. Trees. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people um, that have superstitions. So, uh, like you said, don't wish congrats before the birthday is bad luck. And I'm like, I don't know about that, but everybody has. And the older people, or the ones that are more set in their ways, have the most interesting or different superstitions. For example, one of my friends doesn't eat the first piece of bread in a loaf. Like when she buys a loaf, that first piece, the heel or the end of bread, the first and last piece, she doesn't eat them. She says they're bad luck or something like that. And she gives them to the birds. And I'm like, they're bread. My kids don't like eat them, but not for any superstitious reason, because they just don't like them. um, you, I'm doing a live stream right now. You're on it. Oh, BJ hunting. Oh, BJ's doing a live stream too? Oh, I'm going to be doing a live stream on Thursday with Angie around 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be a two-person live stream. We're going to go to Tim Hortons. So what food ideas? I'm kind of in a rut for menu this week. Oh, you did earlier, Tom. Okay. I'm BJ. I'll have to go check it. I popped into Angie's one this morning before I got home. I was on the bus, and she was live. I will Okay. Let me get a piece of paper. I'm gonna write some ideas. Coffee, coffee. After 2. Hey, Amanda. Just gonna grab a piece of paper. Okay. Hey, Amanda. After the talk on Angie's channel, I decided to make something low carb. I took the frozen veggies, the beans, and the carrots, steamed them up, cooked them up with some, it's either collard greens or Swiss chard, I can't remember. I took 4 leaves that I had from my garden, and half a zucchini. I cooked it up with like some garlic and lemon pepper, and I did 2 eggs in the pan, and I swirled it around, and then added sriracha on top. Now I'm getting full. I still have that much. I wanted some protein. I'm hungry, but I didn't want to have leftovers. We have leftover baked mac and cheese, and there's 1 pizza pocket, and I think that's it of leftovers. We've been really good at eating leftovers from lunches or repurposing them into something else. I think it's seasoned with apple. It's already seasoned with apple something. Oh yeah, John, how much you? If you have the recipe, if you have a link to the recipe, feel free to put it below. I'll write that down. I'm just trying to get some ideas of things. Plus, I'm doing groceries on Wednesday, and I don't really have a lot on my list to get for groceries. I have cream, eggs, sesame seed oil, hoisin sauce, bread, milk. I'll probably put on lettuce. No, I'm gonna be still having lettuce from the garden, so I should be good till maybe next week if I need to. Just um, so I'm looking for some beef. Like I have an eye of round, huge roast um, ideas to make with it. I figure it's enough for at least 2 meals with leftovers from those 2 meals. I still have 2 chicken breasts, which I think I might make a fried rice with that one night. But we don't have anything on the calendar that requires us to be away, except for our Wednesday, which will be groceries. And usually on Wednesday, when I do groceries, I will usually find something marked down on sale for supper that night. Unless I have something really good planned that I can throw in the oven, or ask my kids to throw, like have it all prepped before I go, and then ask my kids to throw it in the oven before I get home. Because I leave usually. So Wednesday I have a dentist appointment, and then my friend is probably going to pick me up from my dentist. So that's like from 11 o'clock till 4 or 5 is how I do groceries. But shoot me some ideas. Yep, it's a cleaning, so it's not too bad. It's when it's more work than that. Then I don't like the dentist because I usually have to get lots of freezing done. And with the way my body is, it takes them to give me like double the amount of freezing for it to kick in. But then I'm frozen for like double the amount of time. So usually like I get an appointment like in the morning, like before lunch, and I'm frozen. So try eat lunch with a frozen mouth. And usually I go for like soup or whatever afterwards because that's near where the dentist is, and a faux soup, and it's like I'm dripping because I can't feel my mouth, and then it's usually frozen until supper. But if it's just a cleaning, it's just a cleaning. It's usually like half an hour, 40 minutes or so. I always I always say it's an hour, just because you never know. The good thing about my dentist, though, is that you get free coffee and tea in my dentist, or a free juice box or water. And I'm always grabbing the free stuff. And then I get a new toothbrush and toothpaste. See, it takes forever for the stuff to get frozen, and then it lasts forever. Yeah, I'm numb for like it. Usually they'll freeze me. They'll go and leave me for like 10 minutes, and usually within that 10 minutes, I'm frozen. Like most people are frozen. For me, I'm like, no, I can feel everything you're touching. So they have to give me another shot, like another big. I hate needles. Ugh. But I'll deal with them. I used to. Well, that was part of the reason why my um, hello sushi. Abby's upstairs. Yes. Yeah. No. Usually I'm two, sometimes three. Like depends on if the top of your mouth, each individual tooth has its own nerve, while the bottom is like one or one. They usually have to do two. Well, they always have to do two, sometimes three. And then I feel like my mouth is like this big. Oh, but then it's not. I look myself in the mirror, and it doesn't look how my mouth feels. But I don't do videos or streams for my own. A lot of mod work for channels I like though. Well, same with Amanda. She doesn't do videos herself. Maybe she will one day. But I'm supporting her. I subscribe and stuff just in case. And it's just nice to know that people. Um, awesome. Thanks, Jalon. I'll go and check that out. I click it. Do. What do I need? Apple. Oh, did you print it? Okay. Marinade, Worcestershire sauce. Got that. Pork, barbecue sauce, hot water, honey. Cinnamon, vanilla, a pinch of fresh oxalis. I don't know what oxalis is. Hey Google, what is OXALIS?
According to Wikipedia, Oxalis is a large genus of flowering plants in the wood sorrel family Oxalidaceae comprising about 570 species.
You could substitute citric acid. Okay, I got citric acid. I also have sumac. Would that be the similar to oxalis? Hey Google, is sumac similar to oxalis?
My apologies. I don't understand.
Hey Google, what is sumac?
According to Wikipedia, sumac is any one of about 35 species of flowering plants in the genus Rhus and related genera in the family Anacardiaceae.
Small apple. I have apples. I saw my grocery haul last time. I still have apples. My kid asked for apples. We haven't. She hasn't used them. I've eaten one or two. Make some refrigerator. Oh yum! Carolina barbecue. I don't know what the difference of Carolina barbecue sauce or other barbecue sauce, but that sounds good. That does sound good. Thanks, Jalon, for the recipe. I have pretty much everything in there, except for oxalis. But I do have citric acid instead, which I guess gives it to tenderize the meat and give it a little bit of lemon sourness to it. It's a native plant to Texas. It produces oxalic acid. Yeah, I've never been to Texas. That's one place I would like to go because I keep on watching cooking shows and like Guy Ferrari has diners and dives and stuff like that. And every time they show stuff in Texas, it's always like big plates of barbecue of meat, like simple recipes. So more than 5 ingredients, I'm out. Well, then I guess you don't like my cooking because most of my recipes don't have 5 ingredients. Don't know what it is. Well, that's why I asked it. I'm like, okay, it's like it also said or citric acid, so citric acid we can get here. I've just never heard of that. I was like, what is that? I thought I was gonna say oxtails, which I do. No, I have. Do I have oxtails in my freezer or goat? Ooh, that's what we could have this week. I think it's curry goat or. Ooh, that's curry. It's either goat or oxtails. I have to go look at that. I could throw that in the instant pot and be cooked on rice. I have naan, curry goat, oxtails. Yeah, so it's bony, right? So used to be able to get oxtails and like a goat, like mutton or whatever, on the bone frozen for fairly cheap. Okay, but I haven't been able to get that cheap at all for like years now. And now it's like costing like 10 dollars for a bag, and it's like a kilogram. I mean, I can get like prime steak for cheaper than the like a sirloin tip. It's crazy. But I did pick up some because my family did want curry goat or oxtail. I can't remember which one I picked up because they were like $10 a bag, and that's in my freezer. If I use that, that's something different. I haven't done a curry in a couple of weeks. My family does like that. Jeff, yeah, but Jeff's not too fond of curry as much. As long as I throw in some hard-boiled eggs to absorb some of the curry sauce, he'll be happy. And as long as I have potatoes. Hey, Brad. Because he would be either happy with a toxin makes everything taste sour. Okay, because I was gonna say citric acid does that too. Also, sumac, which is the red flower of a leaf they use in Middle Eastern recipes. It's powdered and it's like has a lemony texture. Like if you ever had feta touche salad, it's that little red spice. So I guess every place I guess in the world has things that they use for that type of stuff. Like here we use citric acid because we can't grow lemons, and but we do have sumac here. But it's only after we had immigration of Lebanese and Middle Eastern people that use it all the time there and brought their flavors and their recipes here that we started harvesting our own because it's always grown here because it's a very hardy bush, and the stalks of the tree is soft, like furry, like it feels like you're petting a cat, like a really soft fur. And then the flowers are the red stuff, and then underneath that, it's like a flower, there's a seed, and they crush that up or something. I don't know how they process it, but they do. So what did you guys do this weekend? Picked up Abby from camp. It went well. She landed all fine. She had a great time. You should be seeing some videos up on her channel as well as mine of her performances sometime soon. I can't say when because I have to still get them from her. Um, I think it was very. Uh, she was very independent. She was very good self advocate. She flew to Toronto by herself and took a shuttle taxi car that we paid for. Like there was a driver and stuff, and there could have been multiple people in the vehicle, but she ended up both times. Uh, she was the only person. She had lots of fun, and she got home and she was tired Saturday night, but no real complaints about food this time. Last year, well, maybe because she didn't eat the coleslaw. Last year, she complained about their coleslaw on one of the meals. That was gross. Yes, I was just worried. Like, I mean, I deal with anxiety. She deals with anxiety, and I was worried that if something didn't go right, like if something went wrong, I'm you know, I think she would do okay in the instance, but afterwards she'd like have a meltdown type thing. Hey, Jacob. Yes, thank you. I did reach 4,000 hours of watch time. Now it's up for a review with YouTube, which will take whatever. I took a video. I did a video of all my subscribers that, um, like on my channel that show up that they're subscribed, and a little thank you to everybody. I'm going to be having that edited this week and uploading it. That's a big thank you to all the people that help my channel and like to chat with me and stuff like that. That's because her mom cooks her fancy dinners and she's not. Okay, so my daughter Abby is so my daughter. She was she made friends with the kitchen staff. So breakfast So breakfast was in their pod. So in their like, well, was in the one pod. So they fed the breakfast for everybody in one of the kitchens of the apartment. So it was like a apartment kitchen. Well, it was like a house kitchen with lots of seats, and there's like 4 bedrooms of 2 bedrooms each. They had a boys' pod and a girls' pod, a couple of them. So one of them they cooked in for breakfast, and then they did activities until lunchtime, and then lunch was in the cafeteria at the school, and then supper was cafeteria at school. So Abby made friends with the cafeteria lady. That she that they knew her well. That for breakfast they sent down leftovers of potatoes and stuff like that, so Abby could have something for breakfast because she didn't like some of the breakfast options because she's not a breakfast person. She'll eat sausage, she'll eat bacon, she likes potatoes. She doesn't like pancakes or waffles. She might eat one, and she's not a big cereal person, except for sometimes with like Fruit Loops or something like that as a treat. So she uh, she got them to send some leftovers from lunch or something like that of the potatoes and stuff to the pod to put in their fridge to heat up for breakfast for her and for whoever else. And then while she was going to the cafeteria, like with her tray and stuff, they're asking her, "Would you like some hot sauce on it?" Because she's the only kid that wanted hot sauce on everything. So yes, Abby definitely eats leftovers for breakfast all the time. So she's not an egg person. Well, she likes pickled eggs and she likes the hard boiled eggs in curry. But she made friends and she complimented them. She had so she's like, "Mommy would be proud of me. I made friends with the kitchen staff. I talked with them. I asked them how their day was. I was very social because most people just like go with their tray." And she was chatting. I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Yeah." She made friends with the kitchen staff because she knew where the food was coming from, right? So she did not starve at all. And even though there was stuff that they ate that she was not fond of, like she doesn't like onions or peppers. Like she'll, if they're in cooked food, it's fine. But she doesn't like peppers. She doesn't like, is it broccoli or cauliflower? One of them she doesn't like cooked, or it has to be. If she doesn't like cooked, she doesn't mind it raw, or she doesn't like it mind it in soup. But yeah, there's a few vegetables that she doesn't like. She does always like the meat and potatoes and rices and stuff like that, and pasta. And sometimes she'll even choose, like depending on the vegetarian option, because there's always like a vegetarian option. She sometimes choose that. You're trying to convince YouTube that this new channel I'm trying to get verified is not fake. Well, you just have to upload stuff on it. I think. I think you have to have a certain amount of subscribers. I don't know. A live music channel. Well, that's cool. You could continue to do that also on your current channel. You have another channel? What is it? Yeah, so she had lots of fun. Lots of music, lots of making friends with friends she's had. There was, of course, annoying kids of boys that were annoying. So that's what happens when there's like pre-teen and teen boys that are just like, and just not annoying like typical boy stuff, like annoying like weird stuff. Not weird, but um, she said the food was good and the activities were good. Next year she's going to do cooking with Brad because she found out this time because of the way that the schedule was that she had she didn't have anything to do, so they like had outdoor time, which was not like, it was just our free time, and she wasn't too fond of that. Like she doesn't mind outdoor time, but like her friends were in this other course, but she didn't do the cooking with Brad, but she came home with cookies in a jar. So I guess they made cookies in a jar for everybody. So and she got the recipe. So this happened last year. She got that as well. So I'm like, well, we still haven't done that one, so we're gonna do up last year's cooking in a jar before we do up this year's one. It's still in my cupboard. Puppy farts. So, what are your favorite meals to do with beef? Like, cause I have this I have round roast that I'm going to do steak, but I don't know if I'll do steak today because I didn't do it on Friday. Friday we ended up having oh, that was it. Friday I had to go volunteer to help out at the church for the memorial service, so I grabbed a bite to eat, and hubby had taken Rowan to work with him, and they went and grabbed something to eat. So Friday's meal got kiboshed, and then Saturday I didn't make the baked mac and cheese. I did that for Sunday. Saturday they grabbed something like they made craft dinner with sausages. Oh. So Jacob, I don't know why you're putting your address. Oh, get some meal. There's some packages. Okay, you're putting that in there. Hopefully. Hi, Joey's Music. How's it going? Welcome to my channel. Oh yes, oh is this that's your channel. Is that Jalon your music channel? I just supported you. Awesome. Okay, so everybody go and support Joey's Jalon's channel. Yes, I did get to the farm. I made 4,000 hours, so now my thing is under review. Yeah, we see. Okay, PO box address for it. Okay. Okay, Jacob. Yes, I'm like, so now it's just under review um for however long. Who knows? I'll show you what I was at. I'm like, woohoo! I'm like, it's, as I said, it's big thank you to all of you guys and all the people who have watched my channel and supported me. So that's the great thing. So let's see because I was at 4,001 hour. But see, it keeps on also changing because it's the last 365 days. Oh, so I got more hours. Let's see. Just trying to take my phone off here. Ah, let's see. So where is it? There. It is 4,038 hours. So now I'm under review. Let's go to my channel. So status and features. So monetization is still not enabled because they have to verify. And but I'm still in good standings. Oops. Flip you back. There we go. Yes, I should be able to maintain it. I think my biggest challenge will be next January because that's when I start. Well, I think I'll be able to maintain it because it was January. It was just after Christmas, January 1st, when I really put my a lot of effort into my channel and uploaded more, and started live streaming, which I didn't know how to do before. I think doing live streams has really helped with maintaining my audience and keeping in touch with everybody because it is really it also helps with watch time too. But where was I going? There I am. Yep, Jacob will pop over once I'm done here. I like to support all my channels, and I'm going to go and you know what I should probably do? I should probably make up a playlist of like everybody's last videos, um, and put a watch. Cause I like putting them on while I'm cooking and stuff like that. But sometimes I don't like necessarily pressing, so I might not necessarily always uh, comment, but I try to. At least sometimes. I hope you can send me. No, I didn't eat the whole pot. I still have leftovers. It was green beans and yellow beans and carrots and some collard greens or Swiss chard. I'm not too sure. And some egg. So then I put some sriracha and garlic and lemon pepper. Lemon pepper. But yeah, no, I was hungry, but I wanted something relatively healthy, so it was kind of low carb ish. Oh, what? If you use YouTube subscriptions feed manager, it can make a playlist of individual groups you create or all the current content from those you follow. Really? I have a couple of vids. Okay, put the link to that video on it, and I'll go watch it because I'm like, what is that? YouTube subscriptions feed manager. See, I just figured out how to find. Let's see. So when I looked at my subscriptions, because I was making a video of the people who subscribe, it went on for a while, but I don't think it had all 1,000 in there. You have to go make my first. Yes, make your first video for Joey's music, and make sure. Um, where's Joey? Put the link again for that channel, and everybody should go and check out that channel to subscribe to him. I did, so I was near number I think 1 or 2 subscriber. I just have to. Where is it? Nickers. Do do do. Do do do. Okay. Oops, that or edit 1 second. Okay. Yeah, people are weird. So, and that one go. Oops. Okay, I'm trying to do that one after recent update. See, it's going to my videos on my channel. That one before. Let's try this one instead. So, open, make a new tab. Because when I tried to pop in, it went how to organize. Okay, awesome. Okay, got that one. Saving that one. I will watch that one. And go to the... Yeah, because the other ones before your list that you're like, oops, they went to my videos. And I'm like, that's not quite... Grab the edit link from my video manager. Okay. Because I was like, I'm confused. Where's my mouse? There we go. Awesome. Yeah, I will try. I will try to do a playlist. Maybe I'll do a playlist of a date and go and check out people's channels and put a video and put a playlist of everybody, and then they can all help support one another. Is anybody into wanting to do a collab for August? I'm trying to think of something to do a collab about. Because I really enjoyed the collabs we did do. Yeah, have a hosted group cooking gamers and web tech stuff, and you can watch a play. Very cool. Yeah, I haven't organized anything. anything on those are as groups or folders. Okay, because see, I just put videos like of mine in like a playlist, as folders to kind of combine things that are like similar. So whenever I upload a video, it's like, okay, well, I put one like for the month, for the year, and then it's like, okay, cook with me, or grocery hauls, or menu planning, or like lately it's been like the low spend month, so they've been all combined um, into a folder, so that if people are interested in watching stuff, they can watch other videos like it. My rhubarb stuff, but can't collab till after construction season. Okay. Well, maybe we should think of maybe a collab for in September. Is your construction season done? Pretty easy to use. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, I will. Do you have an email address? Hey, Kyle Quack Duck, how's it going? I'm gonna put you on there. Long time no see. Well, other than I see your brother, but I think it just went dark outside a bit. Well, I mean, you can still see light from reflecting from the sun, but there's lots of clouds. In my kitchen, I can see. It's supposed to rain. How are you doing? What have you been up to? Have you rescued any ducks lately? If anybody has some recipes that I should look into, I'm trying to also do my we won't work till snow stops us. Okay. What are you building? I just found a home for one of the rescues. Oh, good. Cool. I've been in a bit of a slump. I'm doing really well eating the leftovers. And going through stuff in the freezer and fridge. I still have to go and make another inventory before Wednesday, um, for when I do groceries. But I like to have some ideas. I have to make my menu plan for this week, and I'm just like, blah. I'm not. I have a couple things I'm gonna do, but I'm trying to think of some other recipes. Hey, Emma McCallum, how's it going? I saw your video of your singing, and um, I think it was the Patsy Cline one. OMG, that was really good. You are very talented. How can you do the cover um, of the song and then have the music in the background with? Because I don't think that's like a free music thing without you getting a ding on your channel. Oh yes, so it's get to the farm at yahoo.com. Yeah, I think you've sent me an email before. Write that down. Just yes, on your about page. Cool. Yeah, because we could. I'm just trying to think of collabs for in September. Because I'm gonna say August might be a bit pushing it. Um, like what would you like to do a collab on? Either food or maybe like 20 questions or frugal ideas or repurposing stuff. I don't know. I'm all game for all those things. Good, thanks, Hannah, and thank you for your kind words. Recording studio software that I use. You can download the song and then record it while it's playing. But but doesn't Yahoo, not Yahoo, YouTube ding your channel for that? Because my youngest daughter, who has a YouTube channel, likes to sing, and she wants to try and do covers of songs on her channel, with the music behind it versus somebody just playing it or her doing it a cappella. Because she sings soprano music, and I'm just like, I don't know necessarily how to help her do that. Because you don't want me singing, you want her singing, not me. There's a couple bits of her singing on a playlist on my channel called like Abby's Choir or Abby Singing, but she has her own channel too. Oh, I'm getting fired. No, I don't want notifications. There we go. I don't download songs off YouTube as it's a copyright. You can use discs or a mini disc player and download tracks off a site, but never use YouTube as backing tracks. Because on a couple of my videos, like I had Abby singing with music just from her phone that was listening to, and it got dinged that the money went if I had monetization or whatever, or ads, it went to whoever owned the copyright to the music. I'm fine with that. Um, and I think she's fine with that too. But sometimes it dung it that it was like blocked, like you couldn't have it. So I'm like, because she has a phone, an Android phone that she listens to music, and we have Google Play Music, but she has found sometimes like karaoke tracks of songs, but I'd hate for her to spend the time to make a video and then upload it on YouTube, and then YouTube go and take it down or delete her channel or something like that. That's also in my videos that you don't see the music playing and stuff like that, because I tried it once on using the YouTube music that they had on their thing, and they said that it couldn't upload it. I'm like, what? This is your own music thing. And I don't have the time or mental energy, I guess it would be, to really go and research that stuff. So I'd rather other people, like, if other people know the answers, just tell me so I can do it, because I'm just like so, um, my brain, like, I'm so easily distracted. I I will actually have to. That's another thing I have to do whenever I'm done the live stream. Hey Google, hey Google, set a reminder to contact my other doctor.
All right, contact my other doctor. When do you want to be reminded?
In an hour.
All right, I'll remind you at 3:21 p.m.
Okay, because I kept on trying to call this other doctor that I still had an appointment for to help with my distractibility, let's say, and because right now it just takes a lot of mental effort to just keep the things that I think are important, like doctor's appointments and everything like that, for myself and my family. I have Google calendars and stuff like that, but just everyday stuff, I just get too distracted. Whatever. Backing tracks. TubeBuddy is a good site. Download backing tracks if you. TubeBiddy, or is it TubeBuddy? Want to do it? You can get Korean off eBay. There's so many ways of doing it, depending on what. Okay. Yeah, cause so she could, but won't her channel get knocked for playing the music? Because we were playing music, and mine got knocked. And sometimes when I'm out doing live streams at Tim Hortons or that, you hear the radio playing music, or whoever's playlist is playing at Tim Hortons, and it'll say, um, I got a yellow dollar sign thing, even though I'm not monetized yet, saying that the ads for that goes to whoever owns the copyright, which I'm fine for, but I just don't want my channel to get, like, um, flagged of being, or closed, because, same with my daughter. I don't want her work to get deleted. Is it TubeBiddy or TubeBuddy? Could I have, like, the free TubeBuddy? I don't really know how to use it all well. I do it for the tags. Our ducklings are almost full grown. We might keep one. She is a rare. Ooh, that's so cute. Now, Cuddle Quack, do you ever harvest your ducks, or just their eggs? I have a recording studio set software with I work from my laptop. As long as she tags in the box when uploading, it's a cover, etc. If you get me, it's so hard. Try to explain. Okay. Um, in my about on my channel, like there's an email address. If you can send me an email, if when you have time, no rush. Um, with how to do it, I will go and try and help her because I have to help her a bit finding some stuff because she's like she has to use accessible some things accessible software and stuff. They're just eggs and pets, no meat. Okay. I always just wonder sometimes like I have no problem with the full cycle of life. Like I know some people who just do the eggs, or but not the meat. But I'm like, well, at some point, birds uh, stop producing eggs, and then you're just spending money on feeding them. But if they're pets, like I have cats, I don't eat them. So yeah, sure, no problem, hon. Awesome. Well, thanks, and dumb it down as easy as possible because I'm not always into the technology. My husband is a techie guy, so if he knew what the like programs to look at, I could ask him to do that because she has a computer, like she has a laptop, she has an Android phone, OnePlus One brand, and um, my husband has lots of computer space stuff downstairs. Yeah, no rush. I mean, I just know she'd like to do covers of songs. Hey, Puppy's Breath. I mean, she sings all the time. And she's in the Ottawa Regional Youth Choir. She sings soprano. And she just came back from music camp, which supposedly her friend's mom, she's going to send me the videos of her taking the videos. She did a really good Shakespeare uh, performance of Romeo and Juliet, but she was the nurse or something like that. I haven't seen it, but it supposedly was really good. She's very dramatic. She loves um, performing Shakespeare type, like the over dramatic type stuff, but she hates reading it and answering questions and like how they have to do essays and stuff in school. She'd rather just perform it because she does it all from memory too. The software she would need to download is Audacity. Okay, I'm just gonna write that down. City. That's what I use. It's quite easy to use. And then do you? I'll have to look at your video to see if you put in your description your comments, like how you have to say Audacity. Okay. That looks like I will check that out. I will be right back. I'm just gonna get more coffee. I'm back. I just went and grabbed coffee. Oh, oh, sorry. I have a ghost. Oh, I have a ghost. Oh, I'm heading out to the farm. Bye. Get to the farm. Also, she needs to have a condensed microphone. They are the best to use if working from a laptop, and a good set of headphones and an analog mixer to control the volume and echo and effects. Yeah, I don't know if she would be able to do all that, but I'll write that down anyways. Because I'm unsure if some of this stuff would be accessible for her while she's doing it because she's blind. But um, depending on the situation and stuff, she could do it with somebody else that might be able to read the stuff. They're best to use if working from a laptop. Good set of headphones. Phones and an analog mixer. I'm writing this down. Analog, because I know I'll forget about it. To control volume and echo. Bye, BJ Hunting. Have a good night. Thanks for popping by. I think it was a fly. It flew on the screen a few times. Yeah, we have a couple of stupid flies. Possibly. It was like, there's light. Because as you can see, we don't have. Okay, this is my light off. Okay, I got new. So I swear my. I'm gonna put you up there. So that's my light off. It's barely. Okay, that's with the LED light. That's with the LED light. My dining room table full of stuff. It's off. So there's enough power just barely getting into that thing while off that keeps it dim like that. I learned all mine from YouTube. The best place to learn. I know YouTube has taught me many things. Like when I got my first my All American pressure canner, I watched many YouTube videos to make me feel less scared of using it. And same with my Instant Pot, when I got my Instant Pot, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Oh no, nothing to feel sorry about. She is a she is very good at uh, doing everything in her power to do everything that anybody else can do. Only thing that's limited is to drive and fly a plane and to be a surgeon. Because there are blind doctors and blind teachers and blind lawyers and blind everything. So, awesome. Good for you to. You've already done filming and editing. That's awesome. Or you're doing editing now. She is very um, a very good advocate. Actually, she just went to music camp all by herself from where we live in Canada, which is a west end suburb of Ottawa, Ontario, and flew to Toronto and went there for music camp and flew back all on her own. So you can see some of her singing and music and stuff, and her doing science. She's also really big in science. She just she got her EA to videotape her dissecting a frog and dissecting a sheep eyeball, because those things don't, you know, she just sees them as challenges and how she's going to overcome them. So she's awesome. Sometimes a pain in the ass too, and a smart ass, but you can't have everything perfect, right? And my other daughter is also awesome, so she's less of a pain in the ass, but does talk back too. So you know, I'd rather have those little small issues with my teenagers than my friends who have issues with their teenagers. She is, yeah, yeah. I just have to figure out ways that I can communicate with her better sometimes, because I tend to either go too far in explaining or not enough, and that annoys her. I just have to figure out how to communicate better with teenagers versus with adults. Yes, I have awesome girls. Sometimes thanks to my parenting or my lack thereof. So I think just because they have good genes from dad. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to help her figure out to do her videos on her channel, because I can edit. My editing is very limited. Like if you see my other videos, you can see how I edit. Not the greatest, but I know how to use my program to at least glue the pieces together, um, and put like a title and stuff like that. So I just have to show her how to set up her camera so that she can actually get her face on, versus accidentally like having an arm or this much of her face or this much of her face, or having something just hold the camera for her. So she will be uploading videos soon from her music camp. She had a whole bunch. She said she has a whole bunch. So she's got two dogs. One of them, the newest one, we think is a blue heeler pointer, and the other one looks more like blue heeler. Were they rescues? Cuddle Clack? Both puppies. The blue heeler is 3 months, and the blue heeler mixed pointer. Thank you very much, Emma. I told her when I found your channel, when you came in last week, I told her that I found a channel that does lots of singing, and I'm glad that you popped into my live stream, because I really enjoyed your singing, because you were singing those high notes. There's so many editing software. And I have iMovie on Apple, Mac, Windows. Yeah, see, we're an Android family in Windows. um, as we got them from an animal shelter. Very cool. Um, what I use right now, well, I used the free version and then I bought it because I liked the way it was set up, was Power Director, but I haven't I haven't figured out. I think it's more of figuring out the settings on my camera and figuring out how to edit it. I think I just have to spend more time just learning. But that in itself is sometimes difficult too. Yes, she has very beautiful voice. Like, okay, so put this way, I watched your video on Patsy Cline, right? So my dad, um, who passed away last year, he loved Patsy Cline. Me and my dad didn't always have a great relationship, um, just because. But I remember him liking Patsy Cline, and I just remember him playing Patsy Cline. So when I saw your video of Patsy Cline, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this sounds like Patsy Cline. And Patsy Cline's been dead for a while now, but I was just like, it was really good. That's all I have to say. I just wish you could um, had a like it was like a cover of your of still video pictures. If you could have um, shown a video of you singing, I think but I like your cover. You have a very beautiful face. Like it was very like kind of on an angle and stuff like that. It was very kind of mystical. Using Windows, the Movie Maker. Cool. I will also write that down. Movie Maker. Very kind of shy. Fair enough. I know a few people that are camera shy. But it was nice that you had like a very nice picture in the background. Like it was like I think it was a collage of your face. Yeah, a YouTuber being camera shy. That's okay. There's a few of them that it's you see sometimes just their hands. No idea. Puppy breath. That's what I was just saying. I'm trying to figure out. I think it's gonna have. I think it'll probably be steak because I didn't do the steak. I have that eye around roast, and I think that's the easiest that I could probably do for supper. Because I have that big eye around roast, so I'm gonna cut it into steaks, and then something I'm gonna cut the rest into cubes for something else. Yes, but I haven't. I was just trying to figure out what else. And hubby, I asked him what he had for lunch. He hasn't. You know, he hasn't responded. So, because every time I plan something that he hasn't told me, because I share with him the menu plan when it's up, and he's usually pretty good. But sometimes he's said, "Oh, I've already had that for lunch," because that was all that was available. And he doesn't like to have the same thing twice. So if he had beef something for lunch, he doesn't want it for supper. He's he's my pickiest person in my family. I message him because he wasn't answering the phone. He's been busy. I know he had meetings with his director general or whatever stuff today. Yep, I've got a barbecue, so I can grill outside. But it's supposed to be raining all weeks. Like it's been hot too, so it's been sunny and then big clouds and then they've gone away, so it hasn't quite rained yet. I know it. Let me just check if it's raining right now. It's not raining right now, so that's good, but it's like a sauna out there too. So, same with like leftovers. Certain leftovers he doesn't mind having the next day. But if anything, I have to have them 2 days later, or I have to freeze them for another time, or I have to repurpose them. So, for example, if we have pasta one day, he sometimes doesn't mind pasta another day. But usually I have to get that pasta sauce and make it into chili a couple days later and put that on. And he likes chili on pasta too. So, like, usually the leftover pasta noodles will get eaten. My kids, like Abby, likes eating that for breakfast. So that's not usually an issue. It's more of like when I make, there's usually way more sauce than noodles because apparently my pots like to multiply. And um, with doing so, I have to find different things to do with it. And then if I make chili, I might also turn it into like taco seasoning or make chili potatoes or something like that. Do you have delicate smoke alarms? Ours are hardwired, so I can't grill the way I like. Well, mine's outside. My barbecue's outside. I do have an indoor grill, and yes, our fire alarms tend to sometimes go off when I cook. So, but lately, I don't know what it is. It hasn't gone off, and one time it was all smoky in here because something had spilt on in the oven on the burner or whatever. So when I opened up like I was heating up, preheating the oven, when I opened up the door, like a big billow of smoke came out, and it was all kind of smoky. Yes. Well, I do have one. I have a grill, like a George Foreman grill. I have another one in the garage. I think it's a Tefal one, but that one really smokes. I don't like that one. I think I have to get. I should get rid of it. It's just sitting there. Yeah. I think one day this week when it's raining, I'm going to clean my oven. I have to put it. It does have a self-cleaning feature, which basically burns all the crap that's inside my oven out of my oven. Um, and then I have to still clean up, and it hasn't been done in years. I'm bad. So, so yeah. So I have to do that. And if it's going to rain this week, that means the temperatures will be cooler. That means I can open up my windows because when it's 30 degrees outside, we open up the windows. Yes. It's like the saying, my mama's not happy, nobody's happy, or that. Same with hubby. Yes. Maybe I'll be like, look, Amanda, I'll do a live stream of me turning on my self cooking of my oven. Well, my stove part has been cleared. Well, there's stuff now just sitting on it. I took this morning. When I went to my doctor's appointment, I took out the croissants. I just sat them on the stove because there was lots of space on the stove, so they could find it if they were hungry. They could grab a croissant. Um, so I just had to move stuff. Somehow I lost the lid to my oil, so I put a pop bottle cap on it. So I'm like, where? I opened up the thing and I have the piece that you have to pull the seal part, and then there's the red cap. I don't know where the red cap went. It might have just fallen underneath. The problem sometimes is it falls underneath the cupboard, and I have to go on my hands and knees and get it because I can't necessarily see it. So, um, I should do that. I should make steak for tonight. Because I could do steak. I could do potatoes. They're always fun to watch. I watch oven clean. Yeah, no toilets. So, see, the problem we have some um, hardish water. that sometimes, like with the toilets and stuff, there's sometimes rings that, like our toilets are old. Like they came at the house, so they're 30-year freaking toilets. Okay, and they're not great. They're always like I can try and clean them and stuff, and there's a couple of them that just never seem to look as clean as I want. Like I have to get I at one point had like one of these stones on a handle thing that you use to scrub, like you literally scrape because there's like water deposits or calcium deposits or whatever where the ring of the water goes. And I hate, 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 hate cleaning bathrooms. So usually if I could swish and swipe and just do that on a regular basis, it doesn't need as much of a cleaning, but yeah, things are bad. Pumice stones are a dang to use. Yeah, that's the stuff. Because there's like a stone on a handle. I was saying that this week, since we're going to be having rain, that means the temperature's going to go down. On one day that it's supposed to be cooler, I will set my oven to do the self-cleaning feature so it can burn the crap that's inside my oven out. And then I'd be able to have the windows open. You heard your name, you came back on. Well, bye, Cuddle Quack Duck. Have a nice day, and thanks for popping by. And I hope that you do some videos on your two little puppies. I love puppies. I love animals, except for spiders and snakes and bugs. I'm more worried about the top. The top of the oven has been cleared off and has been wiped down. I just currently have some stuff just sitting on it. Like I have a thing of croissant. So there's a space. My whole half of my oven has a thing of croissants just sitting on it. So I set that out this morning for my kids to eat if they got up while I was out. Because they were in the bread drawer and they haven't been eaten much of. And if they don't get eaten soon, they will go bad. I mean, I paid $5 for the croissants, but there's like something like 24 of them or something like that. Or there's a lot of them. So, and they're still good. They have their. I had one this morning. They were still soft. So they are going to turn into bird food if they. Exactly, and that's like fancy bird food. I'm thinking. I'm thinking I might. Oh, I know what I should do for tomorrow. I'm going to take those 2 chicken breasts I have in the fridge, in the freezer. I'm going to just cook them up and like boil them or that. Um, and I'm going to make chicken salad sandwiches with croissants, kind of like how Tim Horton has their thing. I think that will be lunch tomorrow. I'm like, I want to eat those croissants, but just eating them by themselves is kind of boring. I'll write that down. Because tomorrow I'm not. I'm out. I'm busy in the afternoon, but I'm not in the morning. So I'll do a live stream tomorrow morning at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Yes, I have all that garlic for the beef. Yeah, love. So I'm actually almost out of onions. Oh, that's one thing I had to put on my list. Onions. I still have the purple onions from that I got from my last grocery haul, which I bought them for salads and stuff. Which I thought I had more onions in my thing, but my big bag of onions there was only about 6 in there, and I think I have like one left, 1 or 2. But so I'll use if I'm making steak tonight, I'll use purple onions with them and do mushrooms for hubby because he's the only one that eats mushrooms. And should I make should I make baked potatoes or get the double stuffed baked potatoes that are in my freezer and use those up? I'm thinking use the double stuffed ones in the freezer. so it can make a little bit more room. Use the ones in the freezer. Sounds good. And hubby will be happy. See, they wanted, when I made those double stuffed baked potatoes, they wanted to eat them all, and I'm like, no, half of this is going in the freezer, because I made like something like 16 of them, and they wanted to eat all 16. Like, well, it was been 8 actual whole potatoes cut in half. They wanted to eat them all. And I still have. You have to go look at. I have to look at the flyers this week. So I don't think I need to pick up any meat unless it's on crazy sale. There is ground beef on sale, which I might pick up just so I could have it later on, because I still have some ground beef that's not been seasoned or purposed into something. But I'm trying to eat out my freezer. But it's at $2.78 a pound. I saw. I think it was lean. I'm unsure. My connection is bad for some reason. Keeps disconnecting. So I'll love you. Okay, well, bye, Emma. Thanks for popping by. Mwah. I have eggs. I have at least a dozen eggs. I'm doing groceries on Wednesday, so I have enough eggs to last till groceries. And I have enough onions to last till groceries. But I usually I prefer using the white onions versus the purple onions, because the purple onions are like 3 something for a 3-pound bag, when I can get 10 pounds of white onions or whatever onions, yellow onions, whatever they are, for about $4 usually. They're usually smaller ones and kind of a bit of a pain in the butt to cut. But and the 2-pound bags, I can usually get them for like $2 or less. 2 or 3-pound bags, depending on the store. They have them in 2 or 3 pounds. But the purple onions, if I buy them individually, they are way more expensive. But if I get a 3-pound bag, it's usually $3.99, and that will last me like a month of having purple onions for like salads or stuff that you want a little bit sweeter and color. But if I have to use them for fried onions for steak, I will. But onion relish, I have had it once. I've never made it. Well, onion. So Abby doesn't like onions, but she'll eat onion rings, and she'll eat onions if they're small enough that she can't pick them out. She likes the flavor of onions. She doesn't like the texture. But onion rings, uh, that is a possibility. It just takes a while to do. So I'd have to pre-cook my steaks and then just heat them up, because onion rings take forever to do. And I don't like, but they won't be as good as A&W has like the best onion rings. They won't be as good as that. That's for sure. Oh, my nose itchy. Don't sacrifice steaks, no. Get melted about this. No, no politics or insults, just stinks. Exactly. And we like them about medium. Well, my husband likes them rare. I used to like them well done, which that's just because that's all I've ever eaten, as my mom couldn't cook. Now, as an adult, um, I like them medium rare. See, I think it's gotten darker because now my face looks more yellower from the light versus the natural light in there. Of course, because I'm talking about steaks and barbecuing. Of course, it's going to go darker. It's going to start rain. And what is your favorite hard candy that's not chocolate? Well, I was going to say chocolate, of course. Um, Hard candy. I like. Would Skittles be considered a hard candy? Oh, thanks, puppy breath. Um, I like Skittles. Skittles. I like the mints, like the Lifesaver mints, just because I like they freshen my breath. Um, but I like Skittles. And I like Werther's original, the hard or the soft chews. Oh, at Halloween time, I do like the kisses, the Halloween kisses. Um, but not a lot of them. I'm like the only person. Me and my father-in-law actually like them. Everybody else doesn't like them, so if like my kids get them, I get them. But I like at Halloween time you can get the squares, the toffee squares. Would that be considered hard candy? It's like at least a um, what else? I like. Oh, I like cinnamon hearts. I love cinnamon hearts, and I do like licorice, even black licorice. Right. You know those at Christmas time. You know those licorice candies? Like there's like squares with different colored and black licorice in them, and there's like the rolls, like it's a mixed. Oh, licorice candies. What are they called? I'm gonna try and Google it. Licorice candies. Abby likes black licorice. What are they called? Like they're assorted. Okay, yeah, mini licorice assorted ones. Let's see what I'm just gonna bring. Where licorice candies? I want. I don't want to. I want to look at images. Cause like, I know. Yes, those ones. Assorted licorice candy. So it's like these. Those are yummy ones. What are they called? Non-pares? What is non-pares? Non-par. old time candy. Let's see. Oh, I like peanut brittle. Non-Perry. Okay, so they're like chocolate with the non-Perry's. I like those too. But you said not chocolate. Those things. They're chocolate with little candies on them. The sprinkles. I have very open taste. I like all things. Oh, and if you ever get the Indian, I have some of those. The Indian candies, they're candied fennel. I put them in a container. They're candied fennel seeds. See? They're pink, white, yellow, orange. And they're literally fennel seeds in, and then candy coated. So with that same. See? Well, I like those too. But like I was gonna say, the assorted licorice ones. I'm like, I don't even know what they're called. And these are really good. So they're fennel seeds covered in. Oh, great! It's raining. See me talking about barbecuing. Yes, I bought some for like 99 cents at the Indian market. Yes, they are super yummy. I'm hearing the rain in the gutter. Mhm. Well, I knew it was gonna rain. I just hope it actually clears up for when I'm actually barbecuing. I don't know. But we so need the rain. Let's go outside. Well, that didn't take you very long. It takes me more than an hour to edit, and I don't even do a great job editing. We're gonna go look at the rain. We finally have some rain. There's the house. Eh. Ah! I got it. Yeah. Okay, got the one. This white light. Oh, bit. Got a little wet. Finally, some rain. Which is like the sky is opened up. Oh, damn. There we go. Somehow it was all magnified. I'm got a bit wet. I was trying to go underneath the roof part to see the rain versus the tree. Yay, Jalan! Problem with these seeds is that they're addicting. Well, other than the shed and where the recycling bins are. That's why I was like, okay, I'm trying to show you the driveway and the field across the street. Yeah, I got drenched. That's all like under my roof. I was fine, like up in my garage, but then I wasn't getting connection to the Wi-Fi, even though I tried to put onto the data. It was just not liking me, so I was like, Yeah, I uploaded a video. I think I did. I should check. If I uploaded a video, I thought today, of stuff we had eaten during like the food pictures that I actually took of No Spend June. There should be at least 2 more of that. Okay, because like I don't know if I put. I thought I put it for live today, but then I was running for the dentist, so it might be live tomorrow. I don't know. And then hopefully I'll get through part 3 and 4. Awesome, good, and get that going. Because sometimes I forgot to take pictures or video. And oh, it was fun. It was just a normal one. I got like basically prescriptions refilled, and asked if I had contacted the other doctor that I was supposed to make an appointment for the ADHD stuff. And I had, but they weren't available that day. Like, they weren't answering the phone, or they were not, there was no place to leave a message. And I just kind of forgot and got busy with life. I'm like, yeah, I have to call them. So that's why I put in a reminder to call shortly, so I can get that ball rolling. But I'm guessing that since we have a downpour right now, that it might stop by supper time, if I'm lucky. Well, the massages, I do get, when I submit them, I get some of it money back, but there's a certain limit. I hope the rain stops at supper time, and then I can grill for half an hour, and then it can start again. I'd be perfectly happy with. If it just rained at night, I'd be perfectly happy with. These little seeds, they fall. That's enough. I'm just going to eat the whole thing. This is the part of the problem, is like, a little bit is fine, but if you eat a whole thing, Not so great. That's why I don't like when we have chips, we eat the whole bag. There's very rare times that we put any of that away. Actually, I should make popcorn tonight. I think that would. Well, hubby loves popcorn, but I don't have very many of his snacky stuff that he likes. He still has his cheesies, but he's getting tired of them. And I know he likes popcorn. So if I make him popcorn, he'll be happy. I'll make that tonight because he gets like peckish and hungry, and popcorn's healthier um, than other junk foods. There's at least fiber in it. And the amount of butter and oil that I put in there is like a tablespoon for the whole batch, which is much less than what they have in chips and cheesies and all that stuff. Oh, I make caramel corn. My kids will eat it. They're not too fond of too much of it though. Caramel corn's actually fairly easy to make. It just takes a lot. It takes a lot of effort. Like you make the popcorn and then you put the caramel on the corn and then you put it in the oven to bake, low setting to dry. 20 minutes remaining. Cool. Oh, here, I'll put you there as a ball there. But, well, yes, regular popcorn is better for you. If I could figure out how to make the like really, so we like the Chicago mix. Well, but my family likes Abby likes it mixed together. She prefers that with the caramel. Rowan just likes the cheesy popcorn. But I did pick up. We do have like cheesy popcorn shaking stuff, so I might convince hubby on that too. We also have like salt and vinegar one, and I think dill. But some of those, there's an ingredient in them that he's slightly allergic to, so um, he gets like either like a scratchy throat or whatever, like not really allergic, but just doesn't agree with him, so he prefers not to do it. Lock mac and cheese packets will work for popcorn too. Ah, there you go. I do have in my cupboard the craft shaky stuff for craft dinner. Like, got it at Costco a while ago. Oh,
There is a reminder for Jen.
hey Google, what's the reminder?
Hi, Jen. You have one reminder. Contact my other doctor for today at 3:21 p.m.
Yes, saw it at the store. So I picked it up. I thought, oh, because sometimes that's happened is that we'll use up the. That is now. That yes, that is now. That's like it's a reminder. I set it for myself to call the other doctor to see if they're open and to make an appointment. So I should do that before they close. But I'll be live tomorrow at around 8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Maybe we'll do breakfast or something. They'll be making something, I think. Because I like when I'm doing stuff in the live stream too, because it's Usually gives me more things to talk about. But this was a very, very conversational one. Everyone was chatting, and I love getting, to know you guys and that. What are you having for supper, puppy's breath? We figured out what I'm having. No clue yet. Well, you still have a few more hours. You have a couple more hours than I do. Hopefully you have something not frozen. Well, you can always get steak and taters and salad. Well, have a great day. See you guys tomorrow morning, and hopefully we'll have something else to chat about. I'll hopefully have my menu up by then to figure out what the rest of the week looks like. I will call the doctor. Yes, Mom. Bye, guys.